I am so excited about today's video. I have been wanting to do a review of Sora schools for a while now. This is not your typical online school, and in this video I'm going to show you what makes Sora so different and why it might be exactly what kids need to be successful in this modern world. So let's get right into it. So if you've never heard of Sora schools, or if you've been wondering about it, here's a little overview. Sora schools is an accredited online private school that offers full-time enrollment for students in middle and high school. They have live online classes that meet regularly. So there are no self-paced courses with pre-recorded videos and multiple choice quizzes. It's nothing like the typical online school or online homeschooling program that you may have seen. Sora is a real community of students and educators that you aren't likely to find anywhere else. At Sora schools, students will attend about 3.5 hours a day of live classes 4 days a week. Since the classes don't take up a whole day, students are left with extra time to work on their projects. They'll also have a daily house meeting where they will meet with their faculty advisor. Wednesdays are left available for community clubs, time to connect with teachers, school meetings, and more time to work on projects. Students can choose to group all of their classes either in the morning, midday, or afternoon, or they can choose to create a custom schedule that fits their unique needs. So even though the classes meet live, Sora still offers the flexibility that a lot of families need. Whether you're a traveling or military family, or a family with a student involved in sports or acting, or a homeschooling family looking for a more rigorous education option to help prepare your student for life after graduation, Sora could really be a great option for you. The courses at Sora are not your typical courses. While students will still be learning math and science and language arts, the courses are all project-based. So students won't be sitting through a lecture and then studying for a test and receiving a grade and then moving on to the next topic. Instead, they will demonstrate their understanding of the topics by completing projects. And students can take charge of their GPA because grades are not final until graduation. They can revisit topics, improve their performance, and replace earlier scores, allowing for continuous growth and improvement. So now let me show you some examples of some of the classes that are available for students to take at Sora. I want you to really understand how the classes are so different from what you would normally see at a typical brick and mortar school or really any other online school out there. First, let's look at some of the middle school courses. For math, they cover foundations, pre-algebra, algebra 1, and geometry. But the courses are much more interesting than your traditional math classes. For example, in this algebraic outbreak class, students will learn how to use math to control a fast-spreading illness. So not only are kids learning how math is used in the real world, but they will also be learning about epidemiology, public health, and some historical outbreaks such as the 1918 flu pandemic. For science, this Storm Chasers class will teach kids about all the different weather phenomena such as hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods, and they'll have to design a device that could potentially save lives in the future. There are also some very cool looking social studies and language arts courses. Sora also offers independent studies where students can explore topics of their own interest. There are also optional foreign language courses that students can take for credit. And all students will also be required to fulfill 1 credit in physical education at home. Now let's look at some of the curriculum options for high school. Math topics are covered from Algebra 1 to Calculus and Statistical Reasoning and include courses such as The Big Short, which explores the 2008 housing crisis, and this course where students will design a green energy grid. Science courses will cover biology, chemistry, physics, and more in courses like this one, which explores the history of water usage and the impact of pollution and water management practices. Social studies at Sora covers U.S. and world history, American government and civics, and economics, business, and free enterprise. I would love to take this Rebels and Rock course, which delves deep into the culture of the 60s and 70s and the impact of the Vietnam War. And for language arts, students will study literature and learn composition and creative writing in courses such as this one, which has students design their own podcast, or this course, which will have students analyze Animal Farm, 1984, and Brave New World. Courses are also updated to reflect real-world topics to keep students engaged. In addition to these courses, Sora also offers dual enrollment options, so students can earn college credits while still in high school. And that is included with your tuition as well. So as you can see, the courses that are available for students at Sora are not your typical curriculum. And honestly, what student would not be excited about learning with classes like this? And all of the work that is done in the courses is project-based. So students aren't going to be learning something, taking a test, learning something else, taking another test. It just doesn't work that way at Sora. Students are assessed on what they can do, not on what they can remember. There aren't any pre-recorded videos to watch or online curriculums to click through the pages of. There are no multiple choice tests. This is not your typical online school at all. It's a really amazing modern private school that just happens to be virtual rather than in person. Now, you might be wondering what I mean when I say that the courses are all project-based. So I thought I would show you a couple examples of the student projects. Here is a project a student did for a class called The Art of the Remix. Her project was to take a game show and make a different version of it. She took a real game show called Game Changer and made her own kids' version of the show. And this is her presentation. This is just one example, but you can see the creative ways that kids can explore and demonstrate their understanding of what they are learning about. Here is another example. This is from a math class, and these students used math and a graphic design simulator to create 3D copies of their hometowns. So kids will be graded on presentations like these instead of having tests to study for or worksheets to do. It's just a totally different way of learning that I think is amazing. And when you think about it, what are most parents hoping for when deciding on their child's education? I think for most of us, we want to prepare our children for life after high school. And the classes at Sora are really more like college than a typical school. So they're already preparing for that with their classes at Sora. In addition, there is a special counseling program included with your tuition called Life After Sora. Here, students will get the support they need to decide on and prepare for their future after high school, whether that's to attend a college or university, start a business, join the workforce, or something else entirely. Most Sora graduates do go on to college, and 95% of Sora graduates actually get accepted to one of their top 3 college choices. Sora helps with the whole college admissions process, making sure students have what they need for a standout college application. Another thing I really think makes Sora schools special is the community. Sora is a close-knit online community that gives students many ways to connect with each other and with the faculty and staff. This includes spirit weeks, clubs, committees, leadership opportunities, and annual events like the Student Showcase and Prom. Families even organize in-person meetups. So if you're worried about your student feeling isolated, and missing that social aspect of an in-person school, Sora really gives you that community feel even though it's online. So now I hope you have a good understanding of what Sora School's online school is really like. Now let's talk about the tuition. Sora's annual tuition is $16,900, which I think is really reasonable for a school of this caliber. But for families who may need some assistance affording that tuition, they also have a flexible tuition option, which can provide tuition assistance with grants ranging from $7,000 to $15,000. Families may also use ESA programs, 529 accounts, and scholarships to reduce costs. Military, education, and healthcare professionals may be eligible for reduced tuition. So I really hope this video helped you understand what makes Sora Schools such a unique and special online school. I think this is definitely one of the very best online schools out there. If I decide that I want more structure and guidance for my kids one day, this is definitely one of the top online schools that I would consider. Not only does it seem absolutely amazing for kids to be engaged in learning and preparing for their future, but the level of support that students and families receive is also really wonderful. It's such a great community, and I think you would really benefit from being a part of it. If you have any questions about Sora Schools or anything that you'd like to ask me, feel free to drop them in the comments and I will be happy to help. Just comment Sora and I will send you more information. Thank you so much for watching.